Today I am at the Jewish Memorial Center in downtown Berlin, just right by Brandenburg and the Reichstag. And I'm choosing this place to do my video on my reaction to the Sachsenhausen concentration camp that we went to recently. I felt that this place was the most appropriate because it is Jewish Memorial, and also because it is located right a block away. I think you can see it right behind me. The building is where Hitler's bunker was, the Führer bunker, and I think it says something that it's only a block away from the Jewish Memorial Center. Touring Sachsenhausen was a lot different than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to have most of the building still intact instead of the gravel rectangles on the floor that they set up. And I realized that they probably don't want to keep it intact like it was when it was in use, because it's a controversial topic to have, and it's not a particular memory that people would want having around. But also the fact that it's still around and that it's still open to the public suggests that the German people are willing to come to terms with it, and are willing to confront their history recently, and I think it reflects the generation after the Nazis and how they went to their parents for the answers and asked them, what they did and why they didn't do this or that. And it's that generation that has led to these memorials and to Sachsenhausen being open to the public. It was really powerful walking through Sachsenhausen, particularly the infirmary, for me, because it was empty in there, so it was just me. And the Sachsenhausen was so big that a lot of the spaces you went to was just you. And being alone by yourself and hearing the audio guide of how many people died there and were experimented on, and seeing that same building made me feel a little creepy, because I know that this is the actual place where all that happened. And I went below the infirmary to where they stored all the bodies that were infected with diseases like tuberculosis. And in the audio guide, it says that even the SS guards wouldn't go down there because they feared getting caught with diseases. And I went down there, and I felt really, I don't want to say creeped out, but I felt the power of what really happened there in that spot, because it was so empty, and I could just picture all these bodies being stored down there. It was also it was interesting to see the guard towers still there, as well as the execution pit, and learn about why they did the things they did, like particularly the barbed wire there, and stepping into that restricted zone, you would be shot right away. Fortunately, the memorials in the front of the camp were all in German, so I couldn't really read them. There was one in English about a soldier, I think, who tried to kill Hitler, but it obviously didn't succeed. But he had a little plaque commemorating him. I feel like it was really big, and there was a lot to learn. Like, every little building there was its own museum, and to try to go through everything in the amount of time we had was impossible, so I wasn't able to go to all of the places I wanted to go to in Sachsenhausen, and it was a lot bigger than I expected it to be. So that was nice, but I really wish I would have been able to see everything. And it was also interesting to see that it was just around the corner from a neighborhood, and that neighborhood was still there during the time that was in use. There's a picture of a couple taking a picture in front of their house and seeing a guard tower in the background. So it evidence like this suggests that people knew exactly what was going on, and that they saw these prisoners being paraded around and doing work in the town, and to deny that they didn't know anything that was happening there and that was happening in Germany with the Jewish people disappearing was obviously a lie, and I think it is progressive for the German people to confront it and to commemorate it, and instead of destroying it, keeping it alive for people like me to see.